What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this week's Team of the Week predictions, uploaded on the brink of the new year, so that's always fun. And one rather nerdy way to celebrate it could be seeing who EA managed to implement into the squad for this week's informs. So as always, just before we get on with the players, I want to mention that there are around 60 to 70% of you viewers who aren't subscribed to the channel already. And so if you are part of that majority, let's all turn it around and do the channel a massive favour by subscribing with your notifications on, so you don't miss out on any of my videos when they go live. And also, if you are interested in maybe a bit of football banter or keeping in the loop with my channel, feel free to go over to my Twitter account and drop a follow. The link will be in the description. Now that's out the way, let's get on with my predictions. So as always, the 5 benched players come first, even though I was debating doing the entire 23-man squad, or at least filling the bench. So there's actually 7 players on the bench, so it makes a bit more sense. But anyways, the players on the screen as shown now, I went with Watkins for his second inform of the year. It'd be nice to see him feature again, even though he's EA's red pick of dreams. Watkins last time round was the hat-trick hero for Brentford, and I can comfortably say that history almost repeated itself at least, as Ollie Watkins clinched a brace to win the game over Swansea. For reasons why Watkins maybe doesn't get to feature in this team and he has to miss out could be the fact that their last win was on Boxing Day, which means there was a game in between, and that game that I am speaking of happened to be a 1-0 loss. If Watkins does feature, we could be looking at an eventual team of the season card come the end of the year, which according to his current stats, let's say he gets like plus 15s or whatever, he will actually be unstoppable. And when I say plus 15s, maybe that's a little bit too high considering what his current inform is at, but you get what I'm trying to get at. Then we have one of football's well-known twins, Funes Mori. This time round it is the striker, who fair enough scored a 91st minute winner, which also happened to be a pretty nice overhead kick in the Mexican League, which is something you can't really complain about. The remaining 3 includes 2 Moroccans, with the first being the least exciting player in the team, and the other being in the Saudi League, continuing to shred up the league. Honestly, I don't know how no team has offered to buy this guy after his recent goal records. And finally, Ayew, the guy in between, who scored somewhat of a wonder goal in the Premier League. At once, he would take a nice touch, do some sort of McGeady spin, and by the end of it, he'll eventually chip the goalkeeper in what could be the goal of the season, or at least a contender. Assuming no Belgian meathead centre-back goes and scores a worldie on the last day of season. Now onto the starting 11, with the goalkeeper slot. As you can see, I have settled for Brighton's shot-stopper, Ryan, teammate of Dunk, who I also was considering, though I couldn't figure a keeper to put in the squad, so I just went with Ryan. After their most recent clean sheet before picking up the joint highest match rating against Bournemouth, Ryan had a pretty decent game. Either way, I do feel like this guy is a little bit underrated, and this week especially, he's had a pretty good week, and he was key in the clean sheet, obviously being the goalkeeper. And for me, I just feel like he deserves the inform. Moving on to the defence, I have done something that is against one of the main rules with these inform teams. You can't have 2 players from the same club unless it was awarded through international games. With that being mentioned, I'll start with Harry Maguire for his first inform. Being able to boost his ones to watch card might increase the amount of players that use this guy. The truth is that unless you're trying to maybe sabotage yourself and to try and lose the game, this guy, you're not going to use him, and if you do, it'll be a big mistake. Unlike Alexander-Arnold, who is a beast in real life and in game, Trent managed to bag a hat-trick of assists and a goal for himself after Liverpool ran riot over Leicester. A game that feels like it was actually ages ago, but it was only Boxing Day and it's not that far away. Regardless, Trent was the man of the match of the game for me, at least, closely followed by Firmino, who he can't feature because he's included in the last week's Team of the Week. And yeah, that's just another rule in that you can't actually get 2 informs week after week. It's just not possible. They don't allow it. Finally, for the defence, I went with someone I was actually quite unsure about. However, it is Sidibe for Everton, where I should have gone with maybe Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who scored a brace as the only 2 goals in their last match. I think I went with Sidibe because of the previous game where it was just a clean sheet, and I imagine he played pretty well. But even then, the English forward scored the only goal in that game too, which was an 81st minute winner. Onto the midfield, we have Jorginho of Chelsea, Canada's own Hutchinson in the Turkish League, Ayoze Perez blossoming only at Leicester City, and finally the Bosnian wide man Viska also of the Turkish League. Now, Jorginho was pivotal in the turnaround for Chelsea in their clutch win against bitter rivals Arsenal. He was subbed on to the game, allowing the team to be revitalised, before getting in on the score sheet for the first of 2 comeback goals, with Abraham scoring the second to win the game 2-1. Perez got 2 assists in their latest win over West Ham United, leaving me no choice but to include this guy in the team, alongside Visca, who also played a pivotal role in their last clutch draw, in their attempt to stay in contention for the first place in the Turkish League this season. And now finally on to the attacking front three with Radamel Falcao, Adama Traore and Anthony Martial, who all starred in either of the last 2 matches, both being in the same week thanks to Boxing Day football, as I've mentioned. Falcao, also in the Turkish League, was man of the match in their most recent game, scoring I believe 2 goals for Galatasaray in the 3-0 win at Christmas. Traore was again the star man against Manchester City. The last time round he featured in the Team of the Week for absolutely thrashing Man City. Then he was the man of the match, scoring a brace for Wolves, sinking the Premier League giants. And now, once again, to ruin Man City's glimpse of hope in reaching the Premier League trophy, beating Liverpool by the end, Adama managed to score what seemed like just a consolation goal in the 55th minute, with an absolute cracker of a goal, I must say. Then to completely body Mendy off the pitch and square it for Jimenez for the equaliser. Now that alone, had that be a draw, would still have him probably been the star man in that game. Probably drawing with Sterling, as Sterling scored the 2 goals for Man City. However, finally in the 89th minute, they complete the comeback, not involving the Spaniard, but certainly sealing Adama's presence in the squad for me. And by the squad, I do mean the Team of the Week. And for the last player in the squad, and likely the most valuable, I went with Martial, after what was a pretty impressive week. With 3 goals to his name, Martial was clearly a big signing for the club already. I know this happened quite a while ago, but in recent times, he's looked well worth the cost. And in terms of Ultimate Team, he already has an 86 rated Europa League card, and so I expect this card won't be worth anywhere near as much as that one. However, I think Martial is quite meta in this game, and very linkable in many ways. We could be looking at a 100 to a possible 200k player. Summing up this week's Team of the Week squad for me, and for me, I really do love these discussions as such, because it just encourages you to watch other games, other than your team that you support. Having said that, just before I sign off, I do want to know which team you guys support, so make sure to comment in the comment section down below, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next video. Peace.